Problem 8. Ricardo has 2020 coins, some of which are pennies, some of which are nickels. He has at least one penny, so he can never have 0 pennies. That's very important. He can always have at least one nickel. He can never have 0 of one coin. What is the difference in cents between the greatest possible and least possible amounts of money that Ricardo can have? So this question is testing us on optimization. So when you do optimization, you must understand how the summation of terms work. And to do this, give yourself a simple example. Let's say I have 5 plus 5, and then I have 5 plus 1. What do you notice about the two numbers summed together? Well, that's equal to 10, and that's equal to 6. So what you notice here is that when I sum a number with larger and larger numbers, such as, let's say, I have 5 plus 1,000, right? That's equal to 1,005. Notice that when I increase the number that I sum 5 with, the ultimate sum gets larger with it. So in other words, there's a direct relationship between the larger the number summed with larger the term. If I have larger numbers summed together, I have larger sums. If I have smaller numbers, such as 5 plus 0.001, I get smaller and smaller numbers, 5.001, right? Notice how much smaller 5.001 is from 6. It's a lot smaller. So when I sum a number that is smaller and smaller and smaller, then this ultimate quantity that I get gets smaller and smaller with it. So that is the understanding that we need to solve this question. So from this understanding, what is the greatest? Well, by this understanding, the greatest number of money would be the summation of the largest value of the coin. A nickel is worth 5 cents, right? That's 5 cents. This is worth 1 cent. So I want to sum as many nickels as possible and sum as least as many pennies as possible. That way I follow this pattern right here. So the number of pennies can never be 0. So we must have at least 1 penny. But then we don't want any more because we satisfied this criteria right here. I need to have all other coins to be nickels. Since I used 1 penny up, I have 2019 coins left. And all those coins are worth 5 cents. So that's the greatest number of value that I can have. What about the least, right? Well, the least is the exact opposite. We need to have at least 1 nickel, but I want the rest to be pennies. That way I minimize the sum. So what is the difference between this term and this term? Well, don't just blindly evaluate it now. Let's try to simplify. Well, 2019 times 5 plus 1 minus 2019 minus 5 is equal to, well, 1 minus 5 is equal to negative 4. And 2019 times 5 minus 2019 is just plus 4 times 2019. If we factor out a 4, we get 4 times 2019 minus 1. So that becomes 2018. So what is 2018 times 4? Well, that is 23708. So 8072, bringing you to answer choice C.